This lesson's topic is the influence of the Western, part 2. And we want to talk about the space Western. So this relocates the Western in space, because space is the final frontier. The gunslingers are replaced by astronauts and Jedi in some cases. So we have Outland, which is the movie we're going to be watching for this lesson, and also Star Wars, which is also a space Western. So George Lucas was a fan of adventure serials, samurai films, westerns, and war films. He released Star Wars in 1977 to enormous success, but crippled the sci-fi genre in the process because of the fact that it combined adventure serials, samurai films, westerns, and war films. That kind of cross-genre pastiche is almost impossible to recreate. So it is a space western, but it throws a lot of other genres in there as well. So later space westerns either keep it simpler, like Outland, which is the movie we're watching, or learn from past mistakes with Serenity, which actually takes Star Wars as a roadmap and then kind of makes a critique of it while making a film. So it's kind of like a learned version of a George Lucas film. So Outland is from 1981. Directed by Peter Hyams and very, very thinly adapted from High Noon. So if you've seen the film High Noon, this film is basically High Noon set in space. So the Frontier is now a mining facility on one of Jupiter's moons, populated by miners, prostitutes, and ineffectual administrators and law enforcement officials. So once again, it looks like we have our stereotypical Western frontier town, but this time it's set in space. So when one marshal decides to actually enforce the law, feathers get ruffled and the guns start to come out. So this suggests that the future and the past are not so different, of course, from the view of 1981. So the details change, but human nature does not. So we have something set in the future, in space, but once again, we have the same mistakes being repeated as if it were a Western frontier town.